Okay, so now we're ready to do some of that data. And I in the last video, I had like a brain malfunction. Um, the all this is doing is putting this into an array. So when we go to grab this get list in PHP, that's going to end up being an array inside itself, or sorry, a multi-dimensional array, which we'll do something with now so you can see what I'm talking about. So hop back over to list-sort. So unlike this here, so let's uncomment this out. And let's change this to list. And unlike this where ID is an actual value, normally when we're doing this, it's just a single value. What we're going to be sending now is this list here from the URL, and this is actually an array. So now list here is an array. So if we want to see what's in there, if I echo list, save that. Just go ahead and drag one of these. Let's clear our slate here. So drag one of these here, and see here we're getting an error because unlike ID, which is just a single value, list is actually an array. So what we would need to do is print our list and save that. And we'll drag one of these again. There you go. So might have over-explained that a little too much, but just letting you know, that's not only this is an array that we're grabbing from the URL, but this is also how you can create an array in the URL, which might come in handy down the road, because in the past we've been sending, single values, ID equals this, whatever, just ID or, but a single value. And here we can send multiple values of something within an array. So anyway, again, over-explaining. So what also is neat here is that not only, since this is an array and the keys are being generated automatically, since we're not sending, we're not putting a key in there ourselves, so it's automatically generating the index or the key. So not only do we have the ID numbers of each one of these navigation items here, 3, 1, 2, but the key itself is the actual order that they're in now. And why this comes in handy is that now we have both pieces of information kind of in one piece. So that saves us some trouble. So now what we can do is hop back over to this here. Let's go ahead and comment this out because it's really just for testing. So we can use a for each loop, which I'm not sure if we've used in this project yet. But this allows us to extract both the value and the key. So basically, for each is going to run through each key and allow us to access both the value and the key. So we'll do for each. This is kind of the basic setup of it. We send it the array, which in this case is going to be the list. And then this is just defining the name of the variables that we're going to use in here. So this is going to run, in our case, we have 3 items. So this loop is actually going to run 3 times. So it's going to run once, and then key will equal this number here, the key, and value will equal this number. So in here we can run a query. So we'll do our queue, and we're going to do an update query. So update navigation set position equals, and this is going to be the key, and then where ID equals value. Okay, Now that's just, I did this way so that you can get an idea of how a for each loop works, as far as the key and the value. But let's go ahead and make this make a little more sense. So we'll just call this the key. Instead of key, we'll call it position. And value will be ID. So make sure we change that down here as well. And this is totally optional to do this change here. So do that, and then we need to run this. So r equals MySQLi underscore query. Send it to the DBC, send it to the query. And there you go. That's pretty much all we need. Let's just go ahead and if there is an error, do echo MySQLi underscore error. Send that to DBC, close that. And let's see, save that. Now what we'll do is we'll refresh. And we'll remember that we're at home, about us, and contact us. And I'm going to run this once and make sure we don't get any errors. And then we're going to refresh the page, and if everything went smooth, then this should still be in the same order. So I'm going to drag home and make it the last item. Okay, let's check and see if there's any error. Ah, there is. Typo. So you may not have gotten that error. I did. Here in the query, navigation. Save that. Let's refresh. And same thing applies. I'm going to drag the home down to the bottom. Check for an error. No errors. So now when I hit refresh, home should still be at the bottom. Perfect. Not only that, but if we go back to Chrome here, go to our home page, let's refresh. See? So home is at the end here. Let's go to our admin. If you're doing this in Chrome, make sure you refresh because we haven't messed with this in a while. So let's drag About Us down, go back to the home page. Now About Us is in the middle. That's pretty neat, isn't it? So at this point, we can sort using this. And if we wanted to, we could edit over here. But now that we've got this drag and drop sort done, we're going to make this page look a little better, be a little more intuitive, because this is kind of odd.